Taking on a dog for the first time ever is never going to be easy, but if you get it right, it's going to be one of the best things you'll ever do. So to help you get it right at the first stage, which is breed selection, I'm going to break down in this video my 3 top recommendations for first-time owners. But we have to explain what I think makes the ideal dog for a first-time owner, and there's 4 things really. Number 1, they should be food-driven, because all training is easiest when your dog wants to work for food, so you don't have to use other more advanced techniques to get them motivated. Next, they need to be forgiving, and by that I mean they don't go off the rails when you make a mistake or let them down, which is bound to happen as a first-time owner. So patient, stable, good-natured dogs. Third, I don't recommend a dog with a high prey drive. Apart from the possible disaster, a prey drive is almost the most distracting thing to a dog still learning to follow your loving leadership while you're still building it up. And finally, the 4th thing is obvious: low tendency towards aggression. When there's so much else to deal with as a first-time owner, the frankly terrifying prospect of aggression getting out of hand is too much. So which dogs of various sizes meet all of those criteria? Now, starting out small with the toy breeds, it couldn't be anything other than the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. These tiny, sprightly, gentle little dogs are an absolute joy to live with, and no real challenge for an amateur looking to learn dog ownership. They're eager to learn new things for tidbits and affection, and clever enough to pick up the basics without a problem. They're also some of the most steady, low-intensity dogs out there, so you're not going to mess up their progress when you inevitably make some mistakes, but that doesn't mean that they lack personality or zest for life. They will trot by your side, drinking in the world as it passes, paying no attention to squirrels and birds, unlike most members of the Spaniel family. So you don't need to worry about high prey drive. But more than anything, the reason these dogs make it onto my list is their general temperament. They are lovers, not fighters, and have some of the lowest incidents of aggression in the entire canine kingdom. In short, if you want a tiny dog as your introduction to the world of dogs, you really can't do much better than the glorious Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. Now, moving up in size to medium, you might say medium to large, my top pick goes to the Golden Retriever. Make no mistake about it, these dogs have a reputation for good reason. They love to learn new things and will happily accept payment in the form of cheese cubes or chin scratches, and have a ton of intelligence behind them, meaning training can be a walk in the park. And on that walk in the park, they're not going to be dragging you all over the place as they chase exciting furries either. They may be retrievers, but they are way more interested in you than things falling out of the sky these days. That said, you'll make your mistake with them out and about, perhaps by overestimating their recall. But when it happens, you're not going to have a dog who takes advantage of it. One of the things that makes Golden so special is that they seem to pick up good habits fast and bad habits slow, which is the reverse of what you can expect with a lot of other breeds. They really do care about what you think, and yes, to top it all off, they're not aggressive dogs, either to people or other animals. Now, before we move on to my pick in the large to giant section, we have to talk about that it doesn't matter what breed you get, there are expectations and breed standards, but all breeds can go wrong. Even the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel and the Golden Retriever can become aggressive, they're just much less likely to do so. And it still means that you have to train them appropriately, you have to work on obedience, you have to socialize them, and you have to teach them acceptable manners. And because it's so much easier to get it right first time round rather than wait for it to go wrong, I created a completely free course to allow you to do that. It's my Principles to Perfect Puppy Training, where we look at obedience and socialization and manners, so you'll know everything that you need to do to get it right with one of these glorious dog breeds. Again, no strings attached, completely free of charge. There'll be a link in the description box below if you want to go and check that out. But let's look at my next pick in that large to giant category. And yes, we now are rolling with the big boys and girls. My top pick for the large and giant breed enthusiasts looking for a great first dog is none other than the Newfoundland. The Newfie is a huge, shaggy bear of a dog, but don't get it confused. They are also the absolute uncontested gentle giants of the canine world. There are very few other breeds of dog out there who are softer than Newfies, particularly when maneuvering 150 pounds of shaggy body around, and they have very low interest in chasing prey animals or striking up confrontation with other people or animals. What they are interested in is simple: you as an owner and water, and maybe a tasty treat or two when they've been good. But their needs are simple beyond that. They are trainable, loving, incredible with children and strangers, and seem to be some of the most effective therapy dogs out there, meaning that their sweet, forgiving, rose-tinted approach to the world is going to make your job as a new owner that much easier.